bugging hell.
Oh, he's a bundle of joy, such a bundle of joy. Oh, he's a bundle of joy, such a bundle of joy. Oh, he's a bundle of joy, such a bundle of joy.
Hello, Alf. Did you have a good time?
No.
Didn't you enjoy your day out at Anvil Castle? I would have liked to have gone, but I wouldn't have been able to walk around. I'm still waiting to hear from the hospital about my hip replacement. I've looked at pictures of the castle on the internet, you know, and I've read about it too. It has a very interesting history. I don't know whether you knew that. But you say you didn't enjoy it.
Look, it was just this derelict building in the middle of Cowan nowhere. You know, just the bare walls standing. It looked more like a building site where the builders had buggered off home halfway through doing it. And then I slipped over on the grass and landed on my arse. There was a party of school kids watching. Oh, they thought it very funny, the cowing little bastards.
So, you didn't enjoy the day?
What a bugging waste of time. I knew it would be.
Well, why did you go?
Look, it was free, and it was something different rather than being sat in these same four walls every day. And another thing, they didn't provide us with any food.
Didn't you take sandwiches?
I thought it would have been included in the day out. You know, when they said it was all free, I thought they meant, you know, food as well. I mean, they had a cafe there. I had to go in and buy something because I was starving. I just had a cheese sandwich and a cup of tea. Do you know how much they charged me for that? Just cowing daylight robbery.
Well, the local welfare group just paid for the hire of the 2 minibuses and the entrance fee to the castle. Hello, Doreen.
Hello, Richard. Pity you couldn't have come with us. We had a splendid time, even if it was a bit chilly. We had a wonderful guide who took us round and told us all about the place. Yes, and because we were on top of a hill, the views around were truly amazing. Yes. Then some of us treated ourselves to a lovely cream tea.
That cafe was cowing expensive. I'm surprised they didn't charge us to use their bogs.
Oh, well, they do in some places, which is a bit difficult if you're caught short and don't have any change.
I'd sooner go up against a tree than pay those rock dogs.
Will you be able to come to the theatre with us next week?
Yes, I'm looking forward to that. I try to support the local amateur dramatics whenever I can.
They're putting on the Ghost Train.
Is it free?
Well, the minibuses will be provided, but we will have to pay for the theatre tickets ourselves.
Well, how much is that going to cost?
Well, because we're OAPs, or should I say senior citizens now, we get a discounted rate, so it'll be just £15.
How much? Just to see a bunch of amateurs pouncing about on a stage? Cow that. I'd rather stay at home and watch the crap on the telly. At least that's free.
Have you heard from the hospital about your hip?
No, I do wish they'd hurry along. It's getting more painful every day.
You'll probably have to wait ages yet. And knowing this load of doctors, I'll probably boggin' well mess it up anyway. I mean, you can go into hospital with a gum your left leg and they'll amputate the other one.
When I had my shoulder done last year, they were very good. I had no problems ever since.
Well, in that case, you were cowing lucky.
My late husband, Bob, had to use their services. Yes, he refused to go private. He didn't want people to think that he was a snob just because he was a local councillor. He had to have a growth removed from the side of his face.
Look, I tell you now, I've paid my national insurance all my working life, and I've never had a penny back out of the NHS.
Well, you are the lucky one then.
Have you never been to hospital?
Not to stay, no.
Well, what about all of the medicines and tablets you've had on prescriptions over the years?
That don't count. They only cost pennies.
Didn't you say that your wife passed away in hospital?
Yeah, but she was only in there for a couple of hours. I mean, she'd snuffed it before they could carry out any tests to see, what was wrong with her.
So you aren't coming with us next week to see the ghost train then?
No, I ain't. Besides which, I saw the film on telly many years ago. It was the American bloke who murdered that woman.
Are you sure?
Aren't you getting it mixed up with another film? I don't know. All films set on trains are the same. Some woman gets shot by an American. Anyway, I'm going back to my room. The news will be on shortly. Not that there will be any good news on there, just the same old cowing rubbish, I suppose.
Why is Alf always so miserable?
Well, I have heard a conversation between him and one of his friends last week, and it seems that he's always been a bit morose. Always looked on the dark side of life,
I wonder what his wife was like.
Well, she was probably a very strong or a very patient woman.
I tell you now, if he'd been my husband with an attitude like that, he'd have been kicked out of the door a long time ago.
He said that he'd slipped over whilst at the castle.
I know he did. It was his own fault, though. He saw a woman with a collecting tin for a local hospice walking towards him, and he started to run away in the opposite direction. It was so funny when he went arse over tit.
Betty, I'm sure you mean base over apex.
Oh, he's a bundle of joy, such a bundle of joy. Oh, he's a bundle of joy, such a bundle of joy.